and we will be starting on the left-hand side of this cone. So remember, the serpentine, once we're here, you can practice dry steering. So it's a steer back and forth. This demonstrates you can take a vehicle from a 12-foot lane to a 12-foot lane without taking your hands off the steering wheel. So you want to make sure that you're opening up your palm and you come back and forth. The first steer may not be that much, so I'll take it nice and slow. And like I said, the first steer, relatively small. All right, as you start to come back, you gotta get those palms open. All right, you come back the other way. So the one thing that you don't want to do is all at once you get to this point and you're like, hey, I can't make out last cone. So what do? You hand over hand. As you hand over hand, look what happens. You steered way too much, and the car is you're not gonna be able to control it at those speeds. And then you're gonna do this. You're gonna do a hand over hand back. So we want to, keep your hands at that 9.3. The corner here, as we enter any corners, we know we want to adjust our speed. We want to come off the accelerator. We don't want to jam on the brake. And as we steer through this, we want to keep looking over there. So wherever our vehicle is looking is where the car is going to go. We want to sight way over there. And we can do a push-pull. If you'd have to do hand over hand, you could, but a push-pull is correct. And as we come out of this, here's our apex. We start to accelerate. We don't want to accelerate too soon, and our hands come back to 9.3. So as we're driving down, we have cue cones at 40 feet. So at this point, we have something that comes in front of us. Braking alone is not going to save us. So what we want to do is we want to either steer left or right. So if it is a left steer, it is going to be a 180. Okay, the 180 will put us on a 45. We're going to come back 360, and we're back to center steer. Then we go to the brake. So we avoided it, and my hands have never left the steering wheel. All right, so in the videos you were noticing with electronic stability program is designed to keep you going straight. As we exit out, we're going to come around this one. Same thing. We're going to look through. As we look through, we're going to start to accelerate. And in this last one, as we come down here, this is where somebody's pulled out in front of us, to the left or the right. So at this point, we have 20 foot to the barrier. So we want to go to the brake first. We want to get the brake down, all right? We want to control the brake, but at the same time, it's 180. So somebody's pulled out in front of us in this intersection, so we got a 180. We're going to our brake. Now we're in the opposite lane. So now what do? We want to come back as quickly as possible, hand over hand, and we want to stop right here.